Hey everybody, I hope you all had a good week last week. Sorry I've been kind of quiet. I just got back from vacation. I was gone last week. It's about 3 in the morning. I'm very tired because it was a 16-hour drive home, but I just wanted to make this video really quick to talk about something. I wanted to keep my next video that I was working on a secret, but because of current events, I kind of have to talk about it for a minute. Okay, so the next video I was going to be making, and I had it planned to get it done this upcoming week, was my final video about characters for Smash Brothers. You know, it was going to be a really big thing talking about all the veterans that we still have to talk about, newcomers, who's left, who's probably going to be left out. Um, Looking back at my 10 characters list and kind of seeing where I stand on that now, and covering all the franchises, everything from Mario to third parties. This was going to be a really big video, and the reason I was making this now was because I wanted this to be my last Smash Brothers video I spend talking about characters until either a new announcement for a character or a 3D or until the 3DS version's release in October. I've been talking about characters for a long time, and I just wanted to just do one last video and just cover everything, and then just kind of see where we go from there and see where my predictions stand with information that gets released. However, Sakurai posted on Friday that there is going to be a new character reveal this coming Monday, July 14th, and that it will be a 3-minute live stream. So if this video that I was making was going to cover everything from characters and their chances, like from all the veterans and everything, then maybe you see why this announcement creates some complications for me. If this mystery character that we're getting on Monday is from an existing franchise, like if it's Dixie Kong or something from a franchise we already have, then that makes whatever I discussed for said franchise already out of date. And if it's a newcomer from a new franchise, then that would mean that's a new character I didn't even talk about in my video, because by the time I get the video done and edited and uploaded and everything, the character will know who the character is, and I will have not mentioned them at all in my video, and that will look really bad if I don't. So I've decided on holding off from making this character video just a little bit longer. Originally, I wanted to get it up earlier this week, but I think now I'm going to push it back a little bit and hopefully get it done later this week. Just because whoever this new character is, regardless of who it is, it's going to be a game changer for me. And it just means I'm going to have to go back and change something from my script or add in something else or whatever. So now my hope is to get this video updated and done and out on YouTube later this week. So hopefully I want to get it done by at least Friday, Saturday at the very latest, but if I can get it done sooner than that, awesome. So yeah, I'm going to be working hard to get that done. Yeah, so you can expect the next video is going to be all about characters, and it will include whoever's going to be revealed on Monday. So yeah, we'll have to see who it is. As for who this new mystery character could be, though, that's honestly anyone's guess. I mean, a lot of fingers are pointing that it's going to be someone from Gematsu, and the main guess I'm seeing a lot of people go with is that it's going to be Shulk. I was wanting to hold off from talking about the Gematsu leak until the character video, but I might as well go into it just a little bit now. It's not that I fully trust the Gematsu leak, nor do I fully distrust it. I'm still pretty split on if I think it's real or not. I mean, it's gotten a lot of characters right so far, but it hasn't gotten every character right. I mean, we still have 3 characters it hasn't talked about, and it didn't mention Rosalina at all. Not at all. And when it mentioned the Pokemon from X and Y, I find it strange that they didn't just specifically mention that it's Greninja, because if the roster was decided way back in 2012 and Sakurai already knew he wanted a Pokemon from X and Y, then it makes sense that the Gematsu would predict that it's a Pokemon from X and Y. But the fact that it didn't mention Greninja when Greninja was chosen way back then, that seems a little weird to me, that that he didn't know it was Greninja. But that aside, I do think that it does have a lot of credibility as a leak because it's gotten so many characters right, but until it gets at least 2 more of its characters right, I can't fully believe that the Gematsu is real. If it does get more of its characters, if it does get at least 1 more on Monday, then I'll start leading towards, okay, it might be legit. But until we get all of them, I'm going to remain skeptical, or at least most of them. But yeah, so I'm not fully on board, but I'm not fully against Gematsu either. And it's not that I dislike any of the characters discussed in Gematsu, it's just that most of them have been really highly requested and really obvious choices that would frankly not be really that surprising to see. I mean, we all really wanted Palutena, and we all really thought Pac-Man was going to be in, and we all really thought Mii was going to be in. And so at E3, when we all got them, it's not that they were bad to be revealed, but it's just we knew that they were going to be in the game at some point. So wasn't really that surprising to see them. And if on Monday we just get another character that was on the Gematsu, like if it's just Chrom or if it's just Shulk or something, then it's not going to be that surprising because a lot of people were expecting these characters. I mean, I personally want another surprising character. I mean, I want another character like Rosalina. I mean, there was talk about Rosalina, but nobody expected that they were going to pick Rosalina. A lot of people thought it was going to be Bowser Jr. or something, and Rosalina was a big surprise. And I mean, even though Gematsu predicted that we'd get an XY character from Pokemon, hardly anybody thought it was going to be Greninja. So that was a big surprise. I would like for Monday to be another big surprise. I mean, I want it to be someone that nobody knew that this character was going to be in. Gematsu didn't mention it at all, and it still leaves Gematsu up in the air if it could be real or not. I'd want another character like that. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I think at this point, because we're starting to get down towards the end, I think that it's going to be someone from Gematsu. And I'm not saying that if it's Shulk or Chrom that they're bad characters or that they shouldn't be in. It's just that they honestly won't be that surprising because we wanted them for a while and that we've really come to expect that they'll be in. So, yeah. I mean, logic aside, if it was up to me, if I could pick a character to be revealed on Monday, I'm sure you all know who I'd want it to be. I've talked about him so much that at this point, I don't even feel it's necessary to mention him by name because you all know who I want to see. I know he's technically not a newcomer, but the post doesn't specifically say that it's a newcomer, just a new fighter, meaning it could be someone we haven't known about thus far. It could be a veteran and we just didn't know about it. I'm leaning toward it's probably going to be a newcomer, but even so, you know, if we were to get a veteran, if there was one veteran who deserves to get a trailer of some sort, it's Mewtwo. I mean, he was cut, and who knows, hashtag Mewtwo Monday. Monday could be his grand return to Smash Brothers. Or maybe I'm just grasping at straws with all of this here, so maybe you shouldn't listen to me. But, yeah, I would love if it was him because he's kind of a pseudo-newcomer, and it says new fighter, not newcomer, but, you know, I'm grasping at straws here. I'm not going to hold my breath for that. I really think it's just going to be a straight-up newcomer. I mean, maybe we could get some unannounced veteran mixed in with the trailer because it's going to be 3 minutes. So, and you know, half of it's going to be gameplay, half of it's going to be CG at least. So I'm sure they might incorporate some sort of new veteran. I mean, Charizard wasn't a newcomer. I mean, he was in Brawl, so he was in Greninja's trailer. So who knows? We might get something like that again. Maybe we'll get a newcomer and a veteran within the 3 minutes. But I don't know. I'm just being optimistic here. Personal feelings aside, though, if I have to be realistic with a character, I really think it's going to be Shulk. That's just where I'm placing my bets. I mean, I really think it's going to be Shulk on Monday. I don't have any personal feelings towards him. That's just my guess. So, yeah, I think it's going to be Shulk. I'd love if it was you-know-who, but I really think it's going to be Shulk. And before I end this video, there's one last thing I want to talk about. I noticed people are freaking out over the fact that in Sakurai's comment about this whole thing, he mentioned that we're nearing the bottom of the stash of new Challenger videos, and people are just assuming this means that we're running out of newcomers. I highly doubt that. I think that we're just running out of newcomers that are getting reveal trailers. I mean, think about it. If we only get a newcomer in a Nintendo Direct every 2 months, then best case scenario is we'd be getting our last newcomer with a trailer in August, if there's going to be a Nintendo Direct at that time. But even so, I have a feeling that there will be at least one newcomer that isn't getting a trailer, and that newcomer will remain hidden. So hopefully there will be more, maybe like 2 or 3 newcomers that are going to be secret characters that we won't see. So let's just calm down and be patient. I don't think this means that we're running out of newcomers. I think this just means that we're running out of newcomers that they're going to show before the game comes out in October, because you know, it's July now. It's only going to be a few short months before October comes around, and then we're going to know the character roster when the 3DS version comes out. So they're kind of running out of time. And I mean, if we're going to see any more veteran reveals, we got to start seeing them soon. Otherwise, they're going to be, we might not see them until the game comes out. So, I mean, I'm all for secrets. I'm planning on not spoiling the roster for myself this time. I want it to be a surprise, but you know, I only want to know what the characters that they're willing to show off. So. But if other people want to see spoilers, I'm sure someone will leak the roster by the time the 3DS version comes out. But, yeah. Well, yeah, like I was saying, let's just calm down and be patient. Let's just wait and see what happens, because I have a feeling that we haven't seen all the newcomers just yet. Okay, 10 minutes. God, I wanted this to be shorter, but I love to ramble. So, that's all I really wanted to say this time. I'm going to go get some sleep now because I'm exhausted, and I'll check back with you guys on Monday. Let's see who that character's going to be.